Hey everybody, my name is Josh LaFleur from Late Star Piano. Today I'm going to be telling you about a well-known website for guitar players, but it's a lesser known website for the piano player. Now I already made a video about this pretty recently, but the audio on that came out messed up, so I'm remaking it here today. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you about this website. It's going to help you, the piano player, with your music theory. It's going to help you with your technique. It's going to help you with your improvisation skills, and it's going to help you with your music theory knowledge as well. That's what this one website is going to do for you, and it's all completely for free. So without further ado, the name of this website is called ultimateguitar.com. If you are not familiar with it, I'll give you a little bit of a rundown. UltimateGuitar.com is a website that has thousands and thousands of songs that are logged, and it gives you the chords and it gives you the lyrics. So obviously it's for guitar players mainly. It's called UltimateGuitar.com, but the important thing that it gives you is that it gives you the chords of the song. Now, how does that actually help you? How does knowing the chords of the song help? First of all, when you know the chords of the song, no matter what you play, as long as you're playing the right chords and the right chord progression, it's going to sound like that song. Especially once you start adding in some smaller details and some things like rhythm as well, or if you're actually singing it and the lyrics are in there as well, that's going to help you greatly. So basically what the website looks like is it has the chords listed and then it has the lyrics underneath. So if you take some common example like Let It Be by the Beatles, you have the 1-5-6-4. You got C major, G major, A minor, and then F major, right? It will have those chords listed. So it'll have the chord symbols, which is another thing that you will learn. So for example, the capital C, that means C major. If you have a capital C with a little M next to it, that would be C minor. And it has the chords listed and notated like that. So you know what chord to play at which time during the song. Another thing that this is going to help you do is once you have the chords, you need to figure out how to use them, which is why this website is so awesome. And what do I mean by that? Well, you can play all the chords that it gives you in root position, and you can play it with absolutely no rhythm. Just hold the chord down for 4 beats and then go over and play the next chord. You can do that. But what makes this website really great is that you can listen to the song as you have the website pulled up. So listen to the song, like let's say it's Let It Be by the Beatles. Have Let It Be pulled up, put it on speaker right next to you, and have the website pulled up on your computer while you're sitting at the piano. And while the song is being played live, look at the ultimateguitar.com. Look at how the chords change. Look at where the lyrics are. Look at the feel of it. And now, once you have that, you can figure out what it is that you want to do. So first of all, with the chords, you can figure out, is it in root position? Is it in first inversion? Is it in second inversion? What chord makes sense to play? Like if you're going from C to G, does it make sense to start in first inversion C major and then play a second inversion G major? Does it make more sense to start in a root position C, then play second inversion G? You have to actually think. You have to think and use your brain to figure out what's the easiest way to do this and what's the best way for you to play the song, given the chords that the website gives you. So that's the first thing. Second thing is you can also figure out your left hand pattern. So are you doing anything with the left hand? Are you playing octaves? Are you playing on beat 1 and beat 3 maybe in your left hand with octaves? Are you doing some kind of arpeggio in the left hand? Are you doing the root fifth and then root again up on top? Are you just playing fifths in the left hand? How are you doing the left hand? What makes sense for the song that you're hearing? Which again, you have to use your brain and you have to figure these things out. And so this is going to help you, one, with your chord inversions. First of all, it's going to help you learn chords, period. So if you're a brand new piano player and you don't really understand, you don't know all the chords that you can play, you don't know how they're constructed, this website is going to help you figure that out. Because if you see let's say you see a capital B and then it has a little M and a 7, if you don't know what that means, if you don't know that means B minor 7, and then you don't know how to play a B minor 7, well, now you're going to have to learn that. So you get to learn a lot of the music theory. You understand how the chords are notated. So it ends up basically being like a lead sheet almost. So you'll be learning how to read a lead sheet. You'll be learning different chords. You'll be learning different chord symbols. You'll be learning different inversions. You'll be thinking about what makes sense. You'll be thinking about transitioning between chords. How do we make this as easy as possible? Already, that's a ton of information for you. That's a ton of really good things that you can learn. And then you add in your left hand. What do you want to do with the left hand? You can think about that. And if you have all of this going while you're listening to the song, now you're working on your ear training as well, because you're understanding you can actually give what you're hearing a name. So if you hear something, if you're in C major and you play a G major chord and then a C major chord, that's a 5-to-1, right? A perfect cadence. And if you have that pulled up and you know that's what's happening, now you can actually hear that in your brain. You can hear that, okay, that was a 5-to-1. That makes sense. It sounds like a perfect resolution. So super helpful. Again, ultimateguitar.com. You can also use this to improvise and get really creative, right? So as you're learning new chords, as you're learning new left-hand patterns, as you're learning different inversions and different keys, right? Because it tells you the keys as well. So Let It Be would be in C major. Then you can play Can't Stop Falling in Love with You, which might be in C major, could be in F major, whatever. You're going to be learning different key centers, and you're going to be playing around with different chords based on the key center. So super, super helpful. Another thing you can do as well, if you are really passionate about ear training, which is something I have been working on this year as a priority for me, is you can pull up the song and you can try to just figure it out by ear. So don't even have Ultimate Guitar pulled up, but just pull up the song, try to play it by ear. You can try to figure out what key that song's in, right? And then once you figure out the key, then you can try to figure out the chords. Once you think you have it pretty down pat, then you can go to ultimateguitar.com as a reference, see how close you were. Were you in the correct key? Did you understand the correct chords that I was using? Did you get the right chord progressions down as well? Maybe that's too hard for you right now if you're brand new at the piano. So maybe you go to ultimateguitar.com first, you look at what key it's in, and then you pull up the song, you try to figure out the chords based off the key. Maybe that's still too hard. Maybe you know the key and you pull up the first chord that it uses using ultimateguitar.com. So you know what key it's in and you know what chord it's starting on. With that information, can you now figure out the rest of the chords within the song? If not, keep going. Pull up the next song, figure it out. But that's what this website is so good for, because again, just to kind of recap, it has thousands and thousands of songs. So whatever song you pull up, you're probably going to find it. It tells you what key the song is in. It gives you the full lyrics, and it gives you all of the chords that the song uses. So with all that information, now you can really get creative. You can figure out the cover that you want to use. What do you want to do in the right hand as far as what chords you want to play? What inversions do you want to play? What do you want to do in your left hand? What do you want to do for the rhythm? You can figure out all of this with ultimateguitar.com. And it's just another resource for you in 2025 and beyond. Another resource that beginner piano players can use. And even the more advanced piano player, even the more intermediate advanced player, can use this website as well to work on all of the things I just said. Your music theory, your technique, your improvisation skills, your ear training, all of those things, ultimateguitar.com can help you with. And again, it's completely free. I would try to use it on an actual computer if you can versus a phone, because the phone is going to try to tell you to download the app itself, but you don't have to download the app if you're on a computer. So one more point there for you to use. But again, just to recap all of that, ultimateguitar.com is going to help you with a ton of different stuff. And it's also fun, right? It's going to be fun to learn new chords. It's going to be fun to try new bass patterns in your left hand. It's going to be fun to try different inversions, and you're going to start piecing things together. You're going to start noticing patterns in songs, a lot of the same chord progressions, and you're going to notice a lot of the same inversions that you'll be using over and over again as well. So I hope that helps. If you want even more help, I do have a free guide on my website, www.ladestarpiano.com. Link will be below. This free guide has 34 essential tips for the brand new piano player. I'm going to help you with your mindset and approach, your practice strategies, more music theory, and at the very end, we'll walk you through your first song. You can get that at the link down below. In addition, if you want to take it a step further, I am offering lessons right now via Zoom. To get started with those, send me an email, ladestarpiano@gmail.com. We'll set up a day and a time that works best for you. Again, my name is Josh LaFleur with Late Star Piano, and happy practicing.